the right cable to go in? This one? Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Good morning. Wow. Good morning, everybody. Pleased to see you all here this morning. You know, there used to be a time when I used to be able to stand up here and start. Now I have to get the nod from the technical team before I can do anything. But we're all ready to go now. So can I ask you please to stand, and we'll make one standing bow to our Heavenly Father and to Heavenly Parent and to true parents. Kongbe. Paro. And let's recite Family Pledge number 3. Our family, the owner of Chonilguk, pledges to perfect the 4 great realms of heart, the 3 great kinships, and the realm of the royal family by centering on true love. Thank you. You can be seated for the opening prayer. Our beloved Heavenly Parent, our true parents, thank you so much that we can gather here this morning at this time of this service, that we can give our hearts to you, that we can reflect, Heavenly Parent, on our past week. We can reflect on the good times and the bad times, and we can offer all of these things up to you. Heavenly Parent, we know that ever since the fall of man, so many thousands of years ago, you've waited for the time when humankind could come to you and with a heart that knew you, with a heart that knew your heart, a heart that throughout human history has been one of suffering, but one in this time when all things are coming together and you can look forward, Heavenly Parent, with joy and happiness at the prospect of a new world, a world of peace, a world of brotherhood and sisterhood, a world, Heavenly Parent, where that reflects the original ideal. Heavenly Parent, we know that the world that we see shown to us in the media and today is really not the world that you want to see. We are in a world in which there are wars, there are conflicts, there is famine. Heavenly Parent, many of the things which the ideal world would do away with. But Heavenly Parent, that is just the path. We know that this is a new age, and we know that once we are through this time, we will be able to establish your kingdom of heaven, your peaceful ideal world. And we know that, Heavenly Parent, because of the efforts that the true parents have made, the sacrifices that they have made. And we know it because of the truth that they have brought to this world, that they have brought to us an understanding of your heart. They brought to us an understanding of your original ideal, of how we fell away from you and how you have worked continuously throughout human history to raise us up again to a time when the true parents of heaven, earth, and humankind could come and really usher in the new age. Thank you so much, Heavenly Parent, for all that you have done for us throughout our lives. We pray, Heavenly Parent, your presence with us now as we give worship to you. We want to return the joy and happiness that we feel in our hearts to you. Thank you. I offer this prayer, reporting on behalf of all my brothers and sisters here, in my name, David Coombs of a blessed central family. Adieu. Thank you all. So now we are going to have our opening songs. So let's welcome our call up, and let's welcome up our band. Well, once again, a very warm welcome to you all. It's great to see you all here. And a warm welcome also to those who are joining us on Zoom today. I hope you've got a good connection and you can feel the spirit that is in the hall here. Some of you of a certain age, yes, I think there will be a few here, will remember a TV program called Opportunity Knocks. Yes? Yeah, maybe? Now, this was a talent contest which attracted, in its time, millions and millions of viewers. And it was a kind of a precursor of Britain's Got Talent. And in 1971, this contest, it was won by a 12-year-old Scottish boy by the name of Neil Reid. And the song that he sung became a massive worldwide hit. It was #1 in this country, and it was #1 in many, many places in the world. So why do I tell you this? Well, it's because the song was called Mother of Mine. And the words of that song, even if they were rather sentimental perhaps, but they touched the hearts of millions of people around the world because, of course, everyone has a mother. And the words spoke of a mother and child relationship that everyone aspired to. And today, in Britain, mothers, this is your day. And I wish you all a very happy Mother's Day. Round of applause for all the mothers, please. Now, in fact, we asked, or in fact, Dawn asked, the children what they loved most about their mothers. And this is what they said.
What do you love most about your mama?
I tell you, it is worth waiting for. Oh. Mother of mine. No. It was supposed to be, it was just a 12-year-old boy. He was a soprano, a boy soprano. I can't do that, I'm afraid. When I was young. Mother of mine, you gave to me all of my life to do as I please. I owe everything I have to you, Mother, sweet mother of mine. Mother, you gave me, mother of mine, when I was young, you showed me the right way things had to be done. Without your arms, where would I be? Mother, sweet mother of mine. Mother, you gave me happiness, much more than words can say. I pray the Lord that he may bless you every night and every day. Mother of mine, now I am grown, and I can walk straight all on my own. I'd like to give you what you gave to me, mother, sweet mother of mine. Okay, so I gave the technical team all the time in the world there. But actually, actually, it was a good job. It was a good job because I printed out the lyrics and I thought, well, I'm not going to need those. Okay. Actually, maybe we can do. Well. Actually, shall we do the offer? Yeah. So let's. So what we should have done is that we should have had the beautiful words. The beautiful words. I can tell you because I saw the video from our young children here about their mothers. But following that, we are going to give a little offering to the mothers. So we're going to offer a rose to each mother. So let's see what happens here. You see at the back there, the children are collecting their roses. Okay, I'm not quite sure how this is going to happen, but okay, here are the roses that are being given out now. Oh, let's give a round of applause for the little ones, please. That's great.
They're giving to the mothers and those who have some motherly feminine aspect.
Oh, right. Okay, thank you. Right. So if you're not a mother, don't be worried if you get a rose. Yeah. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I see Russell Hare there has a motherly heart. Well, we know that, don't we? Yeah. Okay. And now, children. That's right. So every uncle will have a mum. Thank you, thank you. And now having done that so well, thank you so much, children. And now you can go for your Sunday school class. Thank you. And we will move on with our announcements. There is then parents matching guidance, and that's, I think that's next week, Friday the 15th of March, from 6 o'clock to 7:30. That'll be online. So that's next Friday, the 15th of March, parents matching guidance. And now we have a Easter Peace Family Festival, and that is at the end of the month on March the 30th, and that starts at 11 o'clock to 2 p.m. And that will be here for the Easter Peace Family Festival. And see some activities there. Wow, cupcake decorating, face painting, dance, music, and an egg hunt. Well, I'm certainly joining in if they've got an egg hunt. As long as it's a chocolate one, of course. And then we have family camp registrations are open. So registrations for the family camp That will take place in July on the 26th, from Friday the 26th through to Wednesday the 31st. And that'll be at Cleve House. So. Okay, all right then. So that's Tuesday. 25th, Thursday the 25th to Tuesday the 30th of July. And that's at Cleve House. Right, announcement for the upcoming High Noon workshop. You all know about the High Noon workshops, and following on from a successful tour last year, it's now returning to the UK, and this is one now is organised by our European branch. Previously they had come from America, but this is a European branch, and that's Friday the 22nd of March to Sunday the 24th of March, and that will take place here in Livingstone House. Great, a blessing announced for April, take place in South Korea. Wow, on April the 24th, and that's the actual precise location will be announced later for the 2024 Hyojong Cosmic Blessing Festival. That has a registration deadline for that of March the 31st. This is an announcement for the Empower program, which is a gap year program which is designed to strengthen and grow your faith. So young people, if you want to think about that, very worthy program, and will be very advantageous for many. So that's a long program, because it takes place from October. It's a one-year program taking place starting in October the 6th through to August 2025. And these are dates for upcoming workshops: Spirit and Truth summer dates, 14-day Divine Principle Workshop, July the 14th to the 27th in Gafflenz in Austria, very, very beautiful part of the country in Austria. And then on the 21-day Hyojong Youth Pilgrimage. You remember that the pilgrimage was last year and was very, very successful. And that will take place in Korea, South Korea, from August the 4th to August the 24th, later in the year. Announcements for the children's summer camp dates, and these have been confirmed for Tuesday, the 30th of July, and Saturday, the 3rd. Is that a two-date? It's a two-day. It's one day, one camp. So Tuesday, the 30th of July, through to Saturday, the 3rd of August. Okay, this is a message to now for Heavenly Tribal Messiahs. Dr. Raphael Oko will soon be visiting the UK. He has helped many of us to bless our tribe. So after this service, Mieko Davis invites you to a meeting to explain about his visit and how together we can make it a very fruitful visit about Heavenly Tribal Messiahs. So that'll take place right after this service. And now let's have the EUME news, which I think this date is about from the Middle East. When you're not looking for it.
Most about your mama?
Okay.
She's really kind, and she really loves us and looks after us really well.
What do you love most about your mama?
Well, she's really kind, and she really loves us and looks after us really well.
Ayu, what do you love about your mama? Do you love your mama?
Yeah.
What do you love about your mama?
She takes care of me.
She takes care of you? What do you love about your mama?
Cuddles.
Cuddles with her? What do you love about your mama?
She stops me from eating sweets.
She stops you from eating sweets? That's your most favorite thing about her? What else do you love about
I
her?
like that she cuddles me when I'm upset.
She cuddles you when you're upset? What a good mama, huh? What do you love about your mama?
It's because you gave us good things.
Like what?
It's because you hug us.
What do you love most about your mom?
She snuggles me, which is we call nuggles, and she gives us nice food.
Snuggles and cuddles. Yeah, yeah. My wife and I, we were talking about, there's a Welsh word, which I learned when I was growing up. I didn't learn much Welsh, but there's a word called cwtch, and it means snuggles. But you say, come on, have a cwtch, have a cwtch. Cwtch up here, you know. It's telling you to be quiet.
Of the Middle East. In the month of February, the Israeli community celebrated our movement's holidays together, starting with the celebration of the New Year of the Blue Dragon. Members ate lunch together and didn't miss out on a cake celebration. A week later, on True Parents' birthday, a small group gathered in a blessed family house to celebrate around an offering table. On the following Saturday, the community came together for a big lunch party, combining the celebration of True Parents' birthday, a member's birthday, thanking our 3 second-gen soldiers for their military service, and welcoming Miri and Anton, an Israeli-German state leader couple in the US, visiting Israel. The community laughed a lot while playing games together and sharing with each other.
Every week, a storytelling service is organized by Rick Mirzai for the young second and third gen children. Through listening to stories, children are learning how to live centered on True Parents' teachings. Recently, one of our young second gen visited the home of her school friend. There, she realized that their friend's parents attended the blessing many years ago, and that her friend is a second gen as well. They are now both joining the storytelling services together.
In February, 2 sisters went witnessing in the Hebrew University. They could get the contact of 3 first-year students who were excited to join future gatherings. Every week, an online home group is being organized by the HTM director Haruko Morita. Bi-weekly, the group reads Trufata's autobiography and receives lectures about self-coaching. The participants can also join a private one-on-one consultation with Mrs. Morita to share more deeply.
On February 27th, UPF Israel met with Cure USA to further develop an aid program to supply medical equipment to Palestinian hospitals. And on the 2nd of March, the UPF team visited the former Knesset member, Dr. Akram Hassan, and his wife at their home to plan future events and projects together.
The Israeli community completed the 40-day special devotion together with the rest of the Europe and Middle East region. Israeli members shared with each other testimonies about their Chonshimon prayers. After True Mother's direct guidance, one Israeli sister started a special daily devotion, joining the Korean Chonshimon prayer to stop the war.
Since the beginning of the war, we could liberate 140 Israeli victims. We are very grateful for all your donations offered by many of our members that helped speed up the liberations. If you wish to contribute to the liberations, you can offer your donation to the following GoFundMe link.
In Lebanon, we held our monthly one-day Divine Principle workshop. In order to touch the heart of the Arabic people, the lectures were completely given in Arabic language. 3 young people expressed how inspired they were by the lectures as they felt a lot of positivity and support around them. We plan to invite them soon for a 2-day Divine Principle workshop. We held a Lunar New Year celebration in our center. Many of our friends and contacts came and joined a fun evening as we introduced the Korean traditions of celebrating the Lunar New Year. Participants were so happy to play the youth game and share traditional New Year's food. The nice, warm atmosphere brought everyone closer to each other.
Hello, brothers and sisters. This is Marilyn Angelucci, working now in Lebanon. We've been doing a teacher training program following after the direction of our true mother that each one of our leaders and members should become very professional in all their skills and their talents. We have 8 people that are participating in the training, and at first we are going through the character education program, which is very appropriate for our region, and refining it, teaching it, learning each point so that we can teach it very efficiently and effectively. Next week we'll begin with Divine Principle. Thank you.
In the month of February, YSP Lebanon held 2 Japanese cultural events, one at the Mekiterist Father School and the other at the Adventist Learning Center. Both events included origami. The students were very curious to learn about a new culture and enjoyed the program. In addition, YSP Lebanon organized an assembly to hear reports about the previous year and brainstorm ideas for what to focus on the new year of 2024. In total, there were 10 participants, and several of them showed interest in joining the upcoming event and becoming part of the YSP team.
In Afghanistan, Mr. Angelucci conducted a character education peace seminar of young Afghan women. 25 young women graduated a 5-day seminar and became youth ambassadors for peace. They promised to become core supporters of the YSP Middle East.
And the most beautiful news for the end. At 1:15 a.m. on the 26th of January 2024, Heavenly Parent blessed Turkey with a new baby boy. He is a second-generation child of Binod and Michelle Paudel, the national leader of Turkey. His name is Hyojun Paudel. He was born as a premature child at 30 weeks. For almost 3 weeks he was in the hospital and now could finally arrive home. Our community is very grateful to Heavenly Parent and true parents for their blessing. His parents offered a dedication ceremony on the 15th of February 2024, on the same day as true parents' birthday. Welcome, little Hyojun. And with this happy news, we conclude this edition of the Weekly News.
We wish you a wonderful start of the month of March. Lots of blessings and joy.
Take care, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Yes, thank you very much for that. So, today's sermon will be given by a very special gentleman indeed, who is visiting us all the way from north of the river. And the sermon today will be given by Mr. David Rennie. And, yeah, absolutely. And a very thought-provoking title indeed, The Transition from Hell to Heaven. Much better that way, don't you think? Yes. So after the next songs, then David will give his sermon. So let's call up the band once again for 2 songs. And if you'd like to rise, please.
I think we need a bigger stage. is a man coming to Egypt, and Moses is his name. When he saw the grief upon us, in his heart there burned a flame. In his heart there burned a flame, oh Lord. In his heart there burned a flame. When he saw the grief upon us, in his heart there burned a flame. There is a man coming to Egypt. His eyes are full of light, like the sun. Come up in Egypt, come to drive away the night. Come to drive away the night, oh Lord. Come to drive away the night, like the sun. Come up in Egypt, come to drive away the night. There is a man coming to Egypt. He's come for you and me. On his lips a word is singing, and the word is liberty. And the word is liberty, oh Lord. And the word is liberty. On his lips a word is singing, and the word is liberty. There is a man coming to Egypt to serve the souls of men. We will follow him to freedom, never wear those chains again. Never wear those chains again, oh Lord. Never wear those chains again. We will follow him to freedom, never wear those chains
Thank you. So, the song before the sermon is Morning Has Broken.
Morning has broken like the first morning. Blackbird has spoken
Right, good morning, brothers and sisters. Good morning, all mothers, and let's celebrate Mother's Day. Today also is the first day of the holy month of Ramadan. It's the month when the revelation of the Prophet was first given. So if you meet any Muslims when you on your travels, say Ramadan Mubarak. Mubarak means blessed. May you be blessed during Ramadan. I've brought a PowerPoint set of slides today. I'm very dependent on the tech team that it will come through. The provocative title, as David said, is very naughty. I couldn't resist. Yeah, I just thought it welled up when I was asked to come here about 3 weeks ago. It just welled up. That's the title. So go for it. Yeah. I don't want to talk about hell. I want to talk about heaven. So I'm going to get through the bad bits right at the beginning and hopefully transition to the good bits. Are we working? Should be. You could put your adapter in if you want. Yeah. I think it's been done. It's been done very well. I thought that was a good singing. You can trust a Welsh tenor, yeah? There we go. Oh no. I'm the red one in the middle, yeah? Good. Those who don't know me, I used to be a missionary in India and Sri Lanka, and I went through two civil wars, at least 2 civil wars. Went through the terrible tragedy of the Sikh War in Delhi in 1984. I was right in the middle of the troubles, and then when I went to Sri Lanka, I was in the People's Liberation Front, the JVP insurrection in the government. That's when the Buddhist religious leaders joined in with communist terrorists to try to assassinate the ruling government at the time. It was a few years after the first Tamil riots and a couple of years before the subsequent Tamil riots. And one of my friends and my son said, Papa, you're bad news. Wherever you go, there's a fight. Maybe we shouldn't hang around with you. Yeah. So when my daughter was born in Sri Lanka, there was a terrorist hartal, which means everything closed, and the terrorists went house to house, getting identity cards from the local residents, and then my daughter was born that day. Yeah, and the next day, the government went round trying to root out the terrorists, so they did a government hartal. So on the 3rd day, I could go to the delivery hospital and bring my beautiful daughter back. So I really resonate with that last picture, of bringing the baby back home. The Nepali brother, they first joined the church in the 80s in our house in New Delhi. So not Mr. Powdell, but his colleagues. So I feel very very passionately connected with that region. good. That one was working? Yes. Yeah? Do you want to just put this in this one? I often think about the preparation for Sunday service, and I think of it with the birth of Adam and Eve. God spent millions or billions of years creating the universe, and on the foundation of a physical structure, he then brought the Spirit to Adam and Eve. So all of the sermons are what the unification movement specializes in. Yeah? Sorry? The PowerPoint is on there. Yeah? Is that adapter working? Plug it into this machine. Yeah? There we go. Fine. Yeah, super. Yes, as I was saying, the physical structure came first and the spiritual came second. So I like to fuss about physical preparation before I prepare a sermon. And I cannot prepare a sermon until my table in my office at home is completely empty of clutter. Yeah, so I really hope I hope this machine is working. Shall I project from that machine? Okay. Will it project? Yeah. Yeah. It's the. There we go. Okay. Yeah. Excellent. Right. Okay. Kapshida. Okay. Right. From hell to heaven. Yeah. The purpose of us joining this movement is to create heaven on earth. Yeah. What is heaven on earth? Yeah. That is my thesis. That's what I want to get to by the last slide, yeah? To define what is heaven on the earth and what is heaven in our heart and what is heaven in our family. So basically, having told you the conclusion, I can now sit down and go home. So where is hell? Well, you just have to turn on the television and you can see what state of conflict there is in the world. So I'm going to show you. This is one day after I came back from mission in Sri Lanka. This is our first 4 Sri Lankan members who joined, doing a workshop in New Delhi. That is the India Gate in New Delhi outside Parliament. That's where our holy ground is. That's where we go to pray. And very interesting, these words of Jesus. Woe to you, scribes and Pharisees, pretenders, you hypocrites. Yeah? For you go over sea and land to make a single proselyte, single convert. And when he becomes a proselyte, you make him doubly as much a child of hell as you are yourself. I meditated on that point. Am I doing anything good, or am I just sowing confusion? Am I bringing more intellectual conflict or religious conflict, which will actually damage people? And as I landed in the airplane in Delhi airport, I thought, there's 876 million people to witness to. I'm on my own, just me and my wife. Yeah, we're on our own. How do we do it? And I came to the conclusion, the only person you've got to witness to is yourself. If you're saved, you become the example. Like Buddha said, you overcome your own ignorance, and then that is a light to other people. But if you can't overcome your own ignorance, then you've had it. Yeah. Now, the word in the Bible for hell is Gehenna, which is quite interesting. Gehenna is a place just outside Jerusalem where it was a municipal tip. It's where you put all of your leftovers. And in that place, not only waste product was put there, but waste children who weren't wanted, and waste, sick people. And it was a place of awfulness. So hell is not necessarily a hot place. It could be a cold place. It could be a place on your own. It's a place where values are not valued. Yeah? It's a place where there is no purpose, there is no optimism. Yeah? So do we have purpose? Do we have optimism in our hearts? Yes. Do we have a goal? Yeah? Do we have a structure of what we want to do with our lives? Yeah? Then we've escaped Gehenna, we've escaped hell, and we are on the road to heaven. And in the great slogan, the beginning is halfway to the end. If we've escaped, then we're halfway to heaven. We're halfway there already. Now, here is me doing the same lecture many years ago in Sri Lanka. I only put that there to show you that I did actually have hair once. The picture on the right is very interesting. We had 2 Buddhists, 2 Hindus, 2 Muslims, and 2 Christians, and we did a 7-day workshop. And the basic structure of our Divine Principle lectures were the same. Yeah. I made somebody very bored once in a 1-day seminar in Kandy, in the Paradena University. In fact, I didn't make one person, I made everybody bored, because I was talking about God to an atheistic Buddhist country. Buddha said, don't trouble me about theology. Yeah, I don't understand. I only understand human suffering and the resolution of human suffering. There will come a Buddha in my succession later who is the Buddha of compassionate love, Maitreya Buddha. That was Jesus, yeah, the one who understood the heart of God. Buddha said, don't trouble me, I don't know that, I'm a humanist, yeah. So I was looking at the audience, and they were visibly falling asleep, yeah, these students. And they thought, I'm not really interested in this God stuff. So I remember Sigmund Freud, when he got persecution in Vienna, yeah, he used the 3-letter word sex very loud, and the whole audience stopped laughing at him and listened to his lecture. So I said, do you realize Buddha had love problems? And they were really shocked. I didn't use the word love. I used a stronger word deliberately to make an impact. And I said, when he saw suffering, he wanted to leave his royal palace and to go and find the truth. He wanted to kiss goodbye to his son, Rahula. But he knew that if he rolled over his wife to kiss goodbye to Rahula, she would cry so much he would never leave the palace and never gain enlightenment. So he left without saying goodbye to his son. He said, that broke my heart. And it was 10 years before Rahula and his mother became Buddha's disciples. So they did come back to him. But I said, that proves that the fundamental mission of life, is the parent-child relationship. But the one problem you've got to overcome is your male-female disunity. Yeah? So, if you misuse love, that will even stop the Buddha in his tracks. So then they listened. Yeah, that was great. This is my house in Sri Lanka, in the top right. It was made for us out of brick and concrete. These are our ragtaggle. I had 4 chairs. I got 4 guests for Sunday service. So I bought 4 more chairs, and we got 8 guests for Sunday service. And then I brought 4 more, and we got 12 guests for Sunday service. And at that point, our little house couldn't take any more. Yeah, but I just thought, your thinking precedes what happens. So your goal and your ideals will actually be the cause of the result. So think better, think bigger, and you'll get better results and bigger results. Yeah? It's a direct consequence of the way that you think. There were snakes, there were kaparagoya, which are big black monitor lizards with double tongues, and all sorts of wild just outside our house, because we live right next to the jungle. Yeah, in Open University in Sri Lanka, modeled after the British Open University, and today I live next to the British Open University in Milton Keynes. So we taught basically the same ideals. True Mother has recently been saying divine principle was the Holy Scripture to bring Christians up to the level of knowing that the Messiah is alive on the earth. From now onwards, we have to teach more principle, more principle of life, or we have to develop our ideas and develop our outreach to be broader, because most of the people of the world are not Christian. Maybe 1/5 is Christian, which means 4/5 are not. Yeah. So in 1988, Robert Kittle and I were privileged to have lunch with True Father in Hannamdong, in his house in Seoul during the Olympics. And we were a bit embarrassed. We had taken out all of the Jewish and Christian quotes out of the Green Divine Principle book, and we replaced them with Sikh quotes, Muslim quotes, and Hindu quotes, because that's who our audience was. And Robert said rather sheepishly to Father, "Do you mind us doing that?" And he interrupted Robert and said, "Absolutely. The interreligious aspect of our mission is the one gate that we have to go through before we enter the kingdom of heaven." So he said, "I want you to do it, and I want you to do it with more research and with more diligence, please." So it doesn't matter what the Unification Church says. You've got to do it anyway. Yeah, because at that time we weren't allowed to change one word out of the Green Book. Even brothers weren't allowed to give lectures, just sisters. Yeah, but the slide that I've got here, true love, heart and conscience. Heart underpins everything in our life. Heart is the motivation of God. Heart is the motivation of man. That desire to be united with the person that you love and to give and receive love from that person and to be together from eternity to eternity. Shimjang. Yeah, that is the very core of everything that we believe, because it's the core of what God believes. This is the core of nature. I went to a lecture on gravity when I was at public school, and we said in the Royal Society in Piccadilly, we said to the lecturer, "What is gravity?" He said, "I have no idea." When I heard the principle, I thought gravity is the inherent attraction between subject and object that wants to bond it together forever. Yeah? Gravity of the moon is what keeps our environment going properly. So the way of loving relationships, the 3 blessings, mind, body, God. Mind, God is at the core. Then it's our purpose of life to have a godly character with godly mind, godly actions. So where is heaven? I pinched this from Mr. Barkham from his last Wednesday evening lecture, which is great. Yeah. He said he pinched it from Korea, so I pinched it from him with no guilt whatsoever. Yeah. Mr. Barkham is a realist. Yeah, he says in 14 months it should look like this. This is a computer model. It doesn't yet look like this, but it will look like this. What an amazing building. Yeah. Now look upwards, look to the sky, look to God. That is the roof. Yeah. How beautiful is that? How awe-inspiring. Yeah. How awesome in a literal way. I love the symmetry. Yeah, of the design in the ceiling. Makes the Sistine Chapel look like a beginner. Yeah, and here's the lobby, the shining polished marble on the floor of the lobby. Yeah, it should be a welcome to all people of all cultures for all time. Yeah, that's its goal. And here is the hall of the presence of God for all of the people for all time. Yeah. So if we keep this hall ourselves, it will decay and die. If we give it to the world, it will live and flourish as a holy center for history's future. Yeah. So how we look after this is really the future of it's the destiny, it's the karma of mankind. Yeah. Now, this is just a building. A building is called an edifice. We have one architect in here, so we should know what an edifice is. An edifice is something you build up. Yeah. Do you know what architect means? It means head builder. Archi is head and tekton is builder. In the Greek gospel, Jesus was called tekton as well as rabbi. You know, in the Hebrew Bible, he was called rabbi, and in the Greek Bible, he was called tekton. Maybe he was actually a town planner, yeah, working with his uncle. Yeah, quite possible. Anyway, an edifice is just a building. Yeah, it's bricks and mortar and cement and electrical cabling and glass and stuff. Yeah, but the word to edify, that comes from the same linguistic root as edifice, means to grow or educate your heart, educate your intellect, educate your capabilities. In that quote from Marilyn Angelucci, she said, True Mother said, you have to, I just wrote a note there, I'm always writing notes. You have to update your skills and you have to update your talents. Talents is not a passive thing that you're given. It's an active thing that you do. Yeah? So don't think that you're talented or not talented. What are you doing? Yeah? What are you doing? You can always update your state of play. That's edification. So any teacher who educates and brings somebody higher than what they were before is an edifier. I like that word. It's a word I only came to when I was in my mid-50s, and I thought, wow, I should have known that one earlier. It's really good. So, True Mother's emphasizing the development of the character and the conscience and of your capability and of your technical ability. She's saying to all the young people, get better. Become number one in your class. Don't settle for number two. Get good. If you learn a language, learn it. Yeah? If you learn an instrument, do it well. Yeah? She's very sharp, Mother. She looks at a situation, analyzes it, and comes out with a comment really, really quick. So, you are heavenly pure water. Yeah? Isn't this beautiful on Mother's Day? How long I've waited to see your beautiful faces and hear your beautiful voices. I've said many times that you are pure water. Water coming from high to low, purifying, cleaning, cleansing. That's so beautiful. I remember in East Garden, True Father would always say, okay, who's seeing me for the first time? And a few people would put their hands up, and he'd say, seeing your beautiful young faces is what inspires me to come here and give the sermon. He didn't put in brackets for 5.5 hours. That was sort of the implication that came later. Yeah? But Father would always acknowledge the faces of the audience is why he's there. God is there for the love of mankind. Yeah? The teacher is there for the student. They're not there for themselves. They're there for the other. This is a heavenly attitude. Should be our attitude with everything we do. I'm doing this so I can serve you better. So your conscience leads you to live a life of value. Yeah? If you say, I really can't be bothered, I think I'll just go off and have a McDonald's. Yeah? Can't be bothered. Other people are hurting. So what? It's not my trouble. Yeah? Conscience looks for value. And if we open ourselves to that quiet internal voice, very often by going to a quiet internal place in the room or in nature or in your house, you will say, actually, I'm here to serve others. I'm a father. I'm here to make children. Yeah? And then once I've made children, to educate them and grow them. Yeah? I'm not here for myself. I'm here as a husband to look after my wife. And my wife always says, I'm here to look after my husband. She has a lot of looking after to do, I must admit. Yeah? So, heaven, I would say, yeah, is the result of fulfillment of your conscience. Yeah? And hell is almost a conscious decision to violate that voice of your conscience and say, I can't be bothered. So I would say that true edification is the development of the heart. This is what Mother wants to do with all of the young people. That's why there's so many hundreds and thousands of young people flocking to her, and she's giving education more to them than to us, the first generation. Yeah? She wants them to be educated because somebody has to lead the world into the new age. If we say, Muslims and Jews are fighting each other at the moment, who's going to do something about it? Our choice is to go to heaven and hell. In hell, Adam blames Eve. She told me to do it. Eve blames the serpent. He told me to do it. Then the serpent blames God. Says, if you loved me a bit more, I wouldn't be so selfish, would I? It's your fault. Yeah? In heaven, Adam and Eve praise each other. They edify each other. They grow each other up. They will do anything to help each other. Yeah? And they do not blame each other, and they do not complain. Yeah? They say, man, I would be dead without my spouse. That's what I say, because I mean it. Yeah? I've heard Ashley say that so many times, my queen. You have to worship your spouse, and they will feel that. They will know that. Yeah, that's heaven. That's heaven. Yeah. So I put at the bottom in green, which camp do you belong to? That's a bit rude saying that in public. I apologize, but you get the point. Yeah. What's that? Yeah, no, I don't withdraw. Absolutely no, I do not withdraw. I just take away the implicit rudeness of it. Yeah, right. True Mother's recent prayer. Yeah, through Heavenly Parent's tremendous love and protection that we've welcomed this day, and we offer our Heavenly Parent infinite gratitude and glory. Yeah, Mother is praising God. Yeah, and is grateful. Yeah. So the choice of the Good Samaritan. You know the story of the Good Samaritan. Man gets beaten up on the street, and a priest says, well, actually, I've got to go to Chislehurst because I've got a sermon to prepare. Can't be bothered. You're on your own, mate. Yeah. Then another one comes along and says, well, actually, I'm fasting today. I can't help him. And then a foreigner comes along, somebody from Samaria, and says, man, that person's in a real hard way. That hurts me because he's my brother. Yeah? So then he pays for the innkeeper to look after him until he gets better. That's a conscious decision. That's an existential decision that we go through every single day. Yeah? Can I not be bothered? Or is that me being called? Is that me being chosen? Jesus was asked, who's the neighbor? Is it somebody living next to me? No, it's not. It's the person who loves you, the person who cares for you, and the person who's loved by you and is cared for by you. Yeah, that's your neighbor. So we need to build a neighborhood. Now, this picture, unfortunately, has slipped, and I don't know how to change it. This is a picture of the end of the Second World War. This is my mother-in-law here, and on the left, underneath the screen that's moved over, is my father. And they came from diametrically opposing political, religious camps. Yeah? And then when my mother-in-law came to my father's house, they realized they had the same birthday. Yeah? So last week, my mother-in-law would have been 109 and my father would be 99 on the 26th of February 1914 and 1924. They realized that they were guided by God. And so my father took the sweet peas from his garden, gave them to my mother-in-law and pledged eternal loyalty and eternal love to her. So that's restoration. Yeah? That's what we all should be doing. Yeah? That's what we all are doing. Yeah? This is the very heart and core of our movement. Yeah? That we are the ones responsible for bringing in the kingdom of heaven. Yeah? So, God is a God of sacrificial love for mankind. And therefore, because God is sacrificial, so are we. The ceremony of marriage is a sacrifice. Yeah? It's a sacrifice where you say, I will give myself to you for eternity. I won't take anything for myself. I give everything to you. And the other spouse has to say to that spouse, I will give everything unconditionally to you for eternity. This is a sacrifice. For women, for mothers, pregnancy is a sacrifice. And from that sacrifice comes that bond of parent and child throughout all of life and throughout all of history. So this is the blessing in 1978 of the 118 couples in Lancaster Gate. The brother at the front is Mr. Brian Wijaratne. He was the first Sri Lankan who was blessed by true parents in history. So, reciprocity, yeah? The trees feed the clouds, yeah? Well, the sun feeds the trees. Yeah? The sun gives sugar to the trees. The trees suck water up. Then the leaves give the water to the clouds. And then the clouds, is it possible to change to another machine, or will it not work? It won't work. Okay. This was a beautiful picture of a waterfall, but you can just take my word for it that the water goes to the clouds and it nourishes. It's a cycle of gratitude and a cycle of giving, and it starts from the gift. Yeah, we come from the sun. Yeah, all energy comes from the sun, and then it gets given to another element of nature, and that supports life. It's like the love of God or the power of God or the universal prime force feeds everybody. So this is a picture of reciprocity. This is a hummingbird tiger moth, about 1.5 centimeters wide. Yeah, and if you look on a darker screen, you can see the little bits of nectar on its proboscis. Yeah, so the moth is happily getting food for its family from the flower, but the flower is being fertilized by the activity of the moth. So they have a reciprocal relationship, trust, and of giving joy and returning beauty. to each other. I love that picture, I really do. Yeah. So it says in the Bible, look at the birds of the earth, birds of the air. They're beautiful, and your heavenly Father looks after them absolutely with constancy. Don't worry. Don't mistrust the love of God. The love of God means that you are so much more beautiful than the whole of nature. Yeah? So God looks after us with a love and a consistency which is just explosive. So True Mother says, I'm very glad to see you. She's welcoming into her presence, yeah, in with the heart of a mother. Yeah, with the heart of a mother. Not with the heart of a father who tells truth and gives direction and da-da-da-da, but with more of an embracing aspect of a mother. So she told all of the young people, you must confidently show that you are true parents' children. Now, what are true parents' children? Yeah? What is true parents? True parents are a man and a woman in love with God, in love with each other, and in love with mankind. Yeah, and in love with history. They want to give blessing from eternity to eternity. So when we meet other people should be able to write on a piece of paper, today I've met Aja. He is gorgeous. He's lovely. Why is he so nice? And he would say, because my wife is so gorgeous and she looks after me, gives me hope and inspiration to my life. And they think, well, how did you get married? What's the secret? We are living true parents. It's us. People should be able to see true parents when they see us. We had an interfaith meeting a couple of years ago in Milton Keynes. Somebody said, oh, I'm a Shiite, I'm a Sunni, I'm a Catholic, I'm a Baha'i, what are you? And they pointed to me. And I went, because I don't like that definition of what religion I am. And I said, my goal is that I'm in the Father and the Father is in me. And the head of the Catholic Church in Milton Keynes, he stood up, good Lord, the second Advent's arrived, he said. and I said, do you believe in the second Advent? He says, we invented it, he said. Yeah, so quite interesting. Yeah, so I said, no, come on, what is your religion? And I said, Reverend and Mrs. Moon chose me as an Englishman coming from a racist family who hated the Germans with a passion. They, because I'm named after two of my dead uncles, yeah? So I'm like the womb of resentment in my British family. And I swore that I would marry a German since I was about the age 6, because my parents really hated Germany and they hated everything it stood for. And so Reverend Moon married me to a German spouse, having not met me once before. She'd met me a few times, but didn't really know my history, yeah, or my ancestry, or did he? Who knows, yeah? And I said, because of that, we had a ceremony of repentance where during our civil wedding in Germany, all the German and British families embraced each other in tears and apologized for the atrocities that we'd both perpetrated on the other side, and we pledged unity for eternity. And I said, that is my religion. That is where I am. Yeah, and that's what Reverend Moon means to me. Yeah? So that is showing who true parents' children are. Yeah? So can we say we're part of this very colorful family? Yeah? So our very nature is that of familial relationships. Yeah? God is like the cosmic grandparent. Yeah? And True parents are like mother and like father. And children, the first generation, second generation, third generation, are like their children. Yeah. So we have to develop loves for God, for our grandparents, for our parents, and for our children. Yeah. This is not my child. This is my nephew's son. They waited 6, 7, 8, 9 years of not having children. And then suddenly this beautiful boy came. And this is the first time I ever met him. And he liked me and sat on my lap without crying. And I really thought the kingdom had come on that day. So I was very happy, and he was very happy to be in my arms. Yeah. So to me, that's heaven. Yeah. To be a grandparent. Yeah. Embracing your grandchild, or if you don't have grandchildren, take any child and love them as your grandchild. If you don't have parents, take any elderly person and embrace them in your love. Do something. Bring them a rose. Make them a tea. Bring them some biscuits. Bake them a cake. Or even eat their cake and say, even if it's horrible cake, you say, that was delicious. I'm so happy with your cake. Yeah? Even if you're a vegetarian and they make you a bacon sandwich, eat it. You know? Just say, I love you so much. I will overcome all of my ideals for the one ideal of parental love that I feel from you. And I say, you feel it from me, I feel it from you too. That's heaven. When you both agree that you are experiencing the love of God in day-to-day reality. So, the state of heaven, yeah, is knowing the love of grandparents, the inheritance and presence of the invisible God in visible form in our own heart and actions. There's an Indian word called avatar, and avatar means the invisible God shown in human form. Yeah, and there's I'm so influenced by my Indian upbringing that I love these terms. So I've tried to put it in English to mean the same thing. Yeah, you can't see God, but you could see parents. Yeah, you can't. If you feel the love of God inside you, but when you express it outside, it becomes real. It becomes tangible. So we are the incarnation of Father God and Mother God. We're walking God. And heaven is when people, even meeting us, feel that and have that darshan, that feeling of the presence of God coming into us. So, state of heaven is the expansion of love and trust in your family. Yeah? Hell is the breakdown of love and trust in the family. Heaven is the establishment of love and trust. Yeah? That you completely trust each other. True parents are true, and we're destined to be true parents also. So, the state of heaven is the pledge of eternity, love, life, and lineage stemming from the blessing of having children and grandchildren in God's likeness and in your own likeness. Now, my last slide to conclude the sermon is a picture from my 7-year-old granddaughter. Yeah? And she wrote that about 2 weeks ago when she came to visit us. Yeah? And I normally finish with a quote from True Father or True Mother. Yeah? But this time I wanted to finish with a quote from a 7-year-old. Yeah? So she put there, how much I love you. Yeah? You will be my guide. Yeah? I miss you to the moon and back. We all like you. Yeah? You are the best. Yeah? I love you like the world. That is natural theology. You don't teach children about books and Bibles and methods and traditions. You show them the living God living true parents in yourself, and they simply know it. And that is the model of education for the new age, for the new world. Yeah? When the parents who've grown in the love of God give birth to children who experience in their upbringing the unconditional love and guidance of God. And I think that's what true parents mean to me and my family. So God bless you. Let's pray. Our beloved Heavenly Parents, we thank you so much that you've blessed the world by showing the true parents, by showing the purpose of life. We thank you that you've blessed us inherently, naturally, with the capacity to love and to be loved and to be embraced by this love from eternity to eternity. This is truly amazing grace, and we pray that this heavenly future that you've proposed since the beginning of time can come to pass, come to be established at this time in human history. We know at this time there is conflict and strife, but the dawn comes after the deepest darkness. So we really pray that we can have hope, we can have vision, we can have the same optimism in the face of trials that our True Mother shows on a regular basis. We thank you for this communion that we have today in this room, online, and in the spirit world with all of the thousands and thousands of members of the spirit world assembling around us today to enhance our contemplation. We really pray that there can be good result from today and a good result from the thoughts and ideas that you've given us, each and every one of us here. We thank you and we pray that we can be worthy of your blessing and your love, and that we can give it to others. And we pray this as a report in the name of the Rennie family, Central Blessed Family. Aju.
Thank you very much indeed. Thank you, David, for a wonderful sermon. Let's put our hands together and thank David for that. So it's now time to make our offering. So if you'd like to stand and invite the band up for the offering song. Thank you. Now we'll have our offering prayer from Daniel.
Please join me in prayer. Good morning, our Heavenly Parent, true parents. We're now gathered here as a community, really to celebrate with you and invite you into our lives. We want to thank you for this service we've just had, that we could really come to worship together, hear the message, and really understand how it is that we can really give back to our community and really love those in our lives through our everyday lives. I want to offer these offerings up to you as a small token of our gratitude to you, our Heavenly Parent, and really pray that we can really be grateful for everything we receive and really strive our best to give even more back to you and bring you into the lives, our own lives and those of the lives around us. Thank you again, and really invite you to be with us now. I'd like to pray and put this in my name, Daniel Pollett, the Central Bliss family. Adieu.
Thank you. Please be seated. So, as we come to the end of our service today, this is now a time when we would like to offer and say thank you, and to say a welcome to any new guests we may have today, or anybody that may be coming back to us at the community for a while. So first of all, do we have any new guests today? A couple here in the front here. Would you like to just stand and say your name and introduce yourself?
So yeah, the first time in Livingstone House, but not first time in our service.
I see. Okay.
I'm Noreen. I was invited by Natia. Not the first time here, but not the first time in the worship, but first time at Livingstone House. And it's lovely to be here.
It's good to see you. Good.
Oh, I'm Paige Patrick, and first time in Livingstone House. Okay, thank you.
Okay.
I don't want to put Paige on the spot, but Paige is a theologian, so I'm going to be inviting him to give a talk.
Very good, very good.
One of these days, so yeah.
We will look forward to that. We'll look forward. Is there anybody else who'd like to stand up and say hello? Okay. No?
Fahad is here in the back.
Okay.
Hi, Fahad.
Right in the back.
Yes.
Excellent.
Hi, Benny. Welcome.
Oh, right, yeah, Benny hasn't been here for a while. Okay, then. Well, that's wonderful. It's great to see you all here today, and look forward to seeing you again. It'll be 2 weeks here in Livingstone House, and next week in the Peace Embassy in Thornton Heath. So have a really wonderful week, and God bless you all. Oh yes, please remember Mieko here in the front. She'd like those of you who'd like to meet with Mieko regarding the visit by Dr. Oko at 12:30. So that's in 10 minutes' time. Yeah. And please stay. Teas and coffees are downstairs waiting for you. So please go downstairs and enjoy those.
Be done with your